coming to you live and direct from Black Facts Headquarters Central. We are here in a new year, just getting all of our gear set up, ready to go. It's taken us a little while because the events that started just didn't make us smile. As you can see from our thumbnail, we've got insurrection on the mind. So today we're going to go light because we're just trying to get ourselves from Frederick Douglass about these times. As we gear up for Martin Luther King Day, we're going to do a special presentation on Martin Luther King's birthday. That'll be January 18, 2021. So the poem we're going to do today is just a little ditty I wrote, and I called it When Johnny Came Marching Home, Part 1. So there's a Part 2 also. The events of the last few days have left me somewhat immobilized and nearly paralyzed. How do you respond to an insurrection that's every bit as devastating as the beginning of the uncivil war? What can you say to calm people's fears? What do you say to the children? Do we just sit around and pray? We all know prayer without works is empty, and works without prayer are blind. But what do you do with the nation that's lost its mind? What do you do with the nation that's lost its mind? How do you explain that to the children? That's my question. And I'm a teacher, still asking the question. So one of my favorite poems by Frederick Douglass is called No Struggle, No Progress. And he might not even have had a name, put a name to this one. But he wrote it, published it back in, or first presented it back in 1857. The whole history of progress, of human liberty, born of earnest struggle. If there is no struggle, there is no progress. Those who profess to favor agitation are men and women who want crops without plowing up the ground. They want rain without thunder. The awful roar of its waters. This struggle may be a moral one, or it may be a physical one, or it may be both moral and physical, but it must be a struggle. Power concedes nothing without a demand. It never did, and it never will. Find out just what any people will quietly submit to, and you found the exact measure of injustice and wrong, which will be imposed upon them. And these will continue until they are resisted. The limits are prescribed. The limits of tyrants are prescribed by the endurance of those whom they oppress. Men and women may pay for in this world, but they pay for all they get. If they ever get free from the oppressions and wrong heaped on us, we must pay for their removal. We must do this by labor, by suffering, by sacrifice, and if needs be, by our lives and the lives of others. So, just to kind of put in perspective what we saw on the TV set last week, because Americans have not seen anything quite like that broadcast on national TV. Usually when situations like that develop in the ghetto, it's not, the cameramen don't get there till much later. They're not usually on the scene taping a live event. But this one we were able to see the instigation, the agitation, and the desecration of the U.S. Capitol. So our mission is still the same. Our motivation is still the same. But we're going to take a little bit different take on we're going to come from a little slightly different angle during this period of time as we move through Martin Luther King's birthday into Black History Month. So stay tuned. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's Kofi, the Kofi Kemet YouTube channel, Kofi Khemet. Make sure to subscribe. Okay, that way you won't miss out. Peace out, without a doubt.